G'day everyone, welcome to Joystick Arcade. I'm Whippa.
I'm Mickpone.
It's Hunt or Be Hunted with Predator Hunting Grounds.
And we take a look at the remake for a Super Famicom classic, Trials of Mana.
We've also announced our giveaway winner for Persona 5 Royal. Is it you? Tune in to the end of the show to find out.
It's either hunt or be hunted. Predator Hunting Grounds, it's a 4v1 multiplayer survival, try and hide, run, and don't die type of game. You can either play as the Predator or 4 dudes in a fire team. And I tell you what, it's a very interesting concept, this game. It's certainly got its own spin on the genre. I'm not really sure what to call it, to be honest. We've seen this happen in a few other games as well, but I'm not too sure. But tell us your thoughts.
Throws back a bit to Evolve, which wasn't that great of a game, let's be honest. Done by the same devs, so they clearly know it. It's just such a shame they haven't quite hit the mark yet.
Didn't quite hit the mark, but look, you can choose either 4 different classes from your fire team or 3 different classes from the Predator. I believe in the fire team you've got Assault, Support, Recon, and Scout. And the Predator, you've got a Hunter, Scout, and Berserker. And all these different classes can really help you change up your playstyle and really help you give a different advantage or solution to how you want to kill the fire team or kill the Predator.
You've also got custom loadouts, up to 6 slots I think I counted. Hopefully the video footage proves me wrong. That gives you a lot of options, so you can have different ways of hunting the Predator or hunting the humans. So quite fun, and thankfully the maps are randomized with enemy AI available, so it's not just a big empty map with just 4 guys. Now, what I noticed about the AI was if you were the Predator and you were hunting the fire team and you were spotted by the fire team or the enemy AI, they'd team up against you. So,
interesting.
Little whole enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That's quite cool, actually. I didn't realize that at first until I played a few rounds, and I realized, hang on, it's not just me here who's doing the fight. But again, as we mentioned, this game does tend to get a little bit, how's it going? Yes, you've got things like crossplay involved where you can play PS4 versus PC, which is cool, don't get me wrong, but the game falls flat in a lot of other areas, such as the abysmal tutorial system. You can only run a tutorial as the Predator, and even then it teaches you 2 things, how to climb trees and how to stealth kill, and even the stealth killing was unsatisfactory at best. Just, spamming R2 to use your wrist blades. And there was no tutorial for the fire team, which, to be frank, is just a boring, bland COD clone. And when you get into some games as well, you can't even use all your abilities because most of them are locked behind unlocks, which you have to play a lot of games to get, which I feel like is locking you out.
You don't even get a chance to even practice, play with them and go, okay, I really want to unlock this. It gives you 0 incentive other than, oh, I've got to grind through all these games, which you can't even get to games. We spent at minimum 11 minutes waiting for a game, at max half an hour, when the estimated wait time for fire team was 1 minute and the estimated time for a Predator was 2 minutes. I know day 1 server issues are a thing, but my God, that was bad.
It was pretty bad. I mean, it was taking me back to those Anthem days. And let's be honest, that was pretty bad. And I feel like there was so much potential here for a good Predator game. It's a great license to make a game from. And Ilphonic, I feel, have just slapped this together at the last minute, shoved it out the door as something cool people might like. Look, I'm going to be honest here. This game needs a lot of improvements. It needs updates to keep the community going. And if we don't see that, it's going to be in the bargain bin within a month or 2.
Yeah, first off, the server issues need to be fixed straight up so you can actually progress and unlock these things to make playing as the Predator way more fun. Thankfully, playing as the Predator can be satisfying at times if you can manage some kills, but other than that, it just feels like you're running through the trees a la Assassin's Creed, which that's pretty fluid, do not get me wrong, but it gets boring pretty quick, and the matches go for 15 minutes. That's a bit of time to kill while you're waiting for it to end.
Exactly, and just quickly touching back on the tutorial system, the real tutorial is a big, massive wall of text locked away in the extras menu. What the hell is that?
It's 2020. Anyway, just to get to it, it's a bland, frankly terrible game. Honestly, if you really love the Predator license, hope to God they fix the servers, hope to God they fix the queues, and wait for it to be a bargain bin or in Humble Bundle, something. Do not buy this at full price. I'm actually going to return my copy. It's that bad, and I love the Predator license. I love the whole franchise. I'm gonna be savage with this one. 2 out of 10, not worth it until they fix a ton of issues.
Look, as a big fan of the Predator series as well, I love the movies. I feel like they've really missed the mark here. Look, it's got a couple of cool things with it, but those things get boring very, very quickly. And especially with the server issues and the quite frankly pathetic tutorial system, forcing me to figure out how to play on the go. Because I'm the kind of guy where I like to just sort of dip my toe in and then learn what the controls are and then jump into a game. I feel that really hindered the experience for me. And even then, like, the fire team is just bland. You're just shooting. They don't have any cool tools or anything like that. I want to give it a 3 out of 10. Again, just don't waste your time. Hopefully it gets better. If it does get better, or else it's going to be a bargain bin special, the game shouldn't be worth more than 20 bucks at the absolute most. That or free to play.
Nintendo have had a bit of a rocky week this week. First off, with the Nintendo Network IDs being hacked. So this affected a lot of people. I think they estimated about 160,000 accounts were exposed. And I myself saw a lot of people actually lose quite a bit of money thanks to the hack. Now, what Nintendo have done to actually stop this is they've stopped all logging in with Nintendo Network IDs. This doesn't affect your standard Nintendo account. It's just another way of logging in. I think it goes back to the DS or 3DS days. I honestly can't remember. But it just goes to hammer home, please enable two-factor authentication on all of your accounts. It's a slight annoyance, but it really does save you from issues like this.
On a more brighter note, Animal Crossing, again, is just smacking home these updates. Like, Nintendo are doing such a great job with the game. We've got new stuff. Again, we can now buy flowers from the flower person. I can't remember what...
Leaf.
Leaf. That's right, it's Leaf. Spelled L-I-E-F. And we've got Red. Is it Red?
It's Red.
It's Red. The dodgy, like, we're talking like current affair style, dodgy art dealer. Comes by on his boat and he's like, oh yeah, man, you want some of these artwork? Yeah, that's pretty good, eh? 20 bucks! He's all like that. And you can buy these cool artworks from his dodgy boat. And I believe it's a 1 in 4 chance of getting the right artwork, which is great.
Key is to have a keen eye, and they all refer to real life work pieces. So if you've got some knowledge in art, you're actually at an advantage.
And on top of that, we've also got a lot more days added. We've got Nature Day, May Day, we've got tours, I think, and the International Museum.
The art exhibit part of it, which
the art
links into
exhibit,
the Red
yes.
update.
Yes, that's right, the art exhibit.
As well as the wedding event coming up in June, because Nintendo have actually noticed with the whole isolation going on, some people were holding real life weddings within Animal Crossing, and they thought, here's an idea. So
Yeah.
good to see Nintendo actually taking notice of the community and saying, let's add this.
I think that's amazing, honestly, and the game is just so wholesome. I've seen some incredible islands on Twitter and whatnot of just like people going to town, literally, on their islands. Like the Japanese AC community especially is just insane with this game. It is beautiful. And then Bank of Nook has slashed interest rates, so you're trying to hoard cash, good luck with that, because it's not happening, because people were finding, they were accruing like millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of bells at once. Not anymore.
And it ain't gonna help you out with your home loan with Tom Nook. Sorry, that's a fixed rate. Now, in saying all this, remember that with every update and with every month, we say goodbye to some bugs and fish. So just remember, There are some that are going to be leaving because they're only around in certain parts of the year. Sometimes they're only available in months. For example, there's only a certain amount of bugs that are available in April alone. You have to wait until April next year to actually get them. So I recommend before the end of the month, get hunting.
And that's what I love about Animal Crossing. They just give you something fresh all the time. Welcome back to Off the Shelf, where we take a look at games we've acquired for our collections, or we've taken a game literally off the shelf, be it old, new, retro, somewhere in between, something obscure, and we tell you guys what we think. I think you've got quite a few this week, Whippa. What have you got?
Ooh, I got a haul this week, and frankly this month. First off, I got to give you props for this one, because you actually sent me the link to this, and I was like, mine. I pretty much got in the car that afternoon and went and bought it. First off, to add to my Metal Gear Solid collection, the 20th anniversary collection. This was released back in 2007, Japan only. Can't get these in Australia. Check it out.
Yeah, this is pretty sexy, not gonna lie. I mean, because I saw this on eBay and I was like, was it eBay or Facebook Market?
Facebook Market.
Facebook, no. Pretty sure it was eBay, actually. It was eBay.
Oh, no, it was eBay, sorry.
Yeah, I saw this, I'm like, you know what, Whippa would like this. I should tell him about it. And I did, and he's like, right, it's mine. Turned, got in the car, fanged it down to pick it up immediately. And you've actually got 4 games in this, I believe. You've got Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
Then you've got Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and Portable
Ops.
Ops, there it is. Portable Ops, yeah.
Yep. As well as 3 also comes with the Subsistence version. So it comes with the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake.
Yeah, I can see that here. It says it right there as well.
As well as a DVD of the Metal Gear Saga as well. So pretty cool collector's edition. Still sealed.
Yeah, like this is like wrapped up. Like, I mean, for all we know, this could have been opened before, and this could be just the way they wrap things up in Japan. But from what I can tell, it looks like this has never been opened once before. I don't think it has. Yeah, no, it's got that sticker on it, so it hasn't been opened.
It's never been opened.
Man, I love that little tag at the front though.
Now,
sexy.
I'm considering unsealing it for all you lovely people. Would you like to see a pure unsealing and unboxing of this? Let us know in the comments below. I'm happy to. If you would prefer to keep it preserved and sealed, it's up to you guys. So let us know. Now, moving on.
What else you got?
You've been playing your PSP, and I've been getting a mad case of FOMO.
Yep.
So jumped on good old CEX, our
local trusted dealer, not sponsored by the way.
If we were sponsored, oh my god.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, they're just the closest, or really the only decent secondhand shop for games here in Australia, so we go there a lot.
My new, well, I say new to the current family here, Radiant Red PSP. I used to have a Piano Black when I was a kid. I can't find it. I think it's back home.
Yeah.
This was a clean PSP, like very clean. It even came in like this little shell casing that has protected it. So it's done a good job. It's got some fair wear and tear on it, which is normal. But
yeah, I can see a few little scratches on the little ring here around the PSP logo. But like, other than that, this thing is effectively immaculate. Because as you said, it came with a shell pre-installed on it. And it looks like this was given a shell like day one.
Pretty much. Even had a free game in it as well.
Yeah, it did.
Too bad I can't read Chinese.
But it's not like the game's going to really work anyway.
No, unfortunately, upon testing, I actually discovered the UMD drive's got a bit of an issue. It constantly unmounts the UMD, and it'll even do that mid-gameplay. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and buy a new disk drive and do some surgery. Thankfully, there's some videos online on how to do that.
Yeah, it's not a stupid hard procedure, but you just need a steady hand, and yeah, nah, she'll be right. But nah, good find, Whippa. It's a good one, mate.
Moving on.
I say good find me.
Now, because I bought the PSP and before I found out of the UMD issue, I went and grabbed myself some PSP titles.
All right.
First off, Dissidia 012 Duodecim Final Fantasy. My god, that is a tongue tire and a half.
Dissidia 012 Duodecimal Final Fantasy. 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 Dissidia 012 Duodecimal Final Fantasy.
Guys, that deserves a like. Slap that now. First off, it's the Legacy Edition, so we haven't got the art cards, still sealed.
Nice.
This only cost me $40.
Yeah, I mean that Final Fantasy IV Complete Edition up there, that cost me $40 as well.
Yeah, nice little art insert there.
Beautiful.
The white case that. Woo! This just
Stunning.
brings a tear to my eye.
Love me a clean PSP case.
Yeah, very clean on the interior.
Yeah.
Booklet. It's a thick booklet as well. Like,
Color too.
look at that! That is thick for a PSP manual.
It's colored. Is it color on the inside?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Oh, fantastic. Look, I just love that extra little bit of detail they did back in the day.
And the DLC code there that is most definitely expired.
Yep.
Rip, I can't get my DLC outfit of Tifa. Oh,
F's in the chat, guys.
F's in the chat, can't dress up the waifu.
Can't, man. Wait, no, it's mine.
She's everyone's waifu.
Mate! I'm not gonna hear it.
You're a couple of decades late to claiming her. Moving on.
Moving on.
Another PSP title, Shinobito, Tales of the Ninja. I actually played the original Shinobito on PlayStation 2. Now, this was a interesting little title. You basically play the role of this ninja and you're caught between this feudal war between 3 different parties. And basically you just go along and complete different missions like assassinations, thievery. Have you ever tried the Shinobito series?
I have never played the Shinobito series.
It would be definitely worth a play. I recommend grabbing the PS2 version first so you understand what the hell is going on.
Yeah, I might see if I can dig it out somewhere.
Oh, there's copies floating around.
This looks cool. I mean, I'm kind of getting like Ninja Gaiden feel vibes from the pictures here, but
Yes.
I'm sure it's probably nothing like Ninja Gaiden, but
Less hack and slashy.
Yeah.
Benefits a lot from stealth.
Right.
The controls I found a little bit, but that's just limitations of the PSP, of course.
yeah, nah, look, I mean, this looks interesting, and from the gameplay I saw from you playing it, I mean, it looked okay.
Look, I quite like it, but you know me, I love Japan and
Yeah.
and any Japanese style games, so I quite enjoyed it. And I
Freaking good! What
anyway,
else you got?
Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade. Pretty sure you've got this in your collection as well.
Yeah, it's already in there.
Mate, we'll have to bust it out because it supports 2 to 4 players wirelessly.
Pretty cool.
You basically just party up and you can just go into dungeons. They're not randomized dungeon crawlers. They're pretty much set dungeons.
Oh, really?
Think Diablo style.
Yeah.
Pretty much Diablo.
Oh, God.
Yeah, unfortunately, they've gone and reshelled it with a clear
Yeah,
casing.
it's a clear UMD case in here.
I'm not a fan of that. Thankfully, I've got a spare UMD casing.
Yeah, hopefully you can fix that up.
Yeah, but no, a fantastic game. It was available at launch, and I remember playing this with a friend
It's
of
a
mine.
launch title.
Yeah, pretty-
2005.
Yeah, it was a launch title. It was one of the very first titles to come out for it.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, I quite like the Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade. It got a sequel, which was then not that great.
What was that on?
PSP as well.
Really? Oh, okay.
I don't think it was very popular because I don't see a lot of physical copies for it.
Yeah, no, this is everywhere. I think we've
Yeah.
already got like 3 copies of this now. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I find one with a clean case and a clean UMD.
well, you got one right there.
Clean
so-
case, just not such a clean UMD.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I got the spare.
Speaking of clean,
This one's not my proudest. It's not the most pure, to use a word, but
not
this
pure
is
like your waifus.
not pure like my wife is at all. Now, this has given me an idea of, to show you guys something, how to clean your game cases and basically just make sure your library is spick and span. Copy of Wipeout Pure. I am sorry if this is hurting your eyes. I'm so sorry.
Look at that spine though. Like, I want to throw up. Just like you probably get like 50 diseases just touching that thing. Like,
Who knows? Look, inside, I've at least got the manual. It's at least pretty clean in here.
Yeah.
And the UMD itself is in pretty good condition.
I mean, the cover art is in pretty good nick as well. Like, it's just the case that's atrocious.
It's barely faded. So I want to actually do a video on how to actually clean this. Get
Yeah.
this looking like new as best as possible. So maybe we'll see a glow up.
Maybe, we'll see.
Now, I went a bit PS4 nuts recently.
Okay, what have you got?
I had to complete some of the digital to physical collection. First
Okay.
off, Valkyria Chronicles 4. This is now to complete my what's available physical collection for Valkyria Chronicles series because they didn't bring 3 to the West. Thanks,
Alright.
Japan. But I love this series. It pretty much uses the same system as Valkyria Chronicles 1 because it worked.
Yeah.
Why fix what ain't
I
broke?
fixed what ain't broke, exactly. All right, what else you got?
Moving on, we've also got Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered.
This was beautiful. Looking at the gameplay for this game, absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it already.
Yeah, and it got a PS3 release, but of course, everything that was towards the end of PS3, beginning of PS4, it got a remaster. And I'm keen to sit down and actually play it. It completes my Ni no Kuni collection as well.
There's only 2 games.
Well, yeah, but I love Drippy. The Lord of the High Fairies. He was great. I couldn't stop laughing at him.
Yeah, Drippy's a mad lad.
English and Japanese dub.
Yeah, no, I really like the English voices in this one. All right, what else you got?
You know me, Sword Art Online's a guilty pleasure of mine.
All right.
We got 3 titles from Sword Art Online. Now, first one you have played a little bit, Lost Song.
Yes.
Pretty much we covered this in an off-the-shelf a couple of weeks ago with the Vita version. Thankfully, it did get a PS4 version on release. And it plays, the thing about these these Sword Art Online songs, Sword Art Online games, is that each game represents a different style of RPG that's out there and available. So this one plays a bit more like an action RPG a la Final Fantasy style. And it's pretty accessible to play. It's actually really cool to fly around in that, so.
Pretty sweet.
Yep. Next up, Hollow Realization. If you're a fan of your more traditional MMO style, like you saw some gameplay of this.
I did, yeah, this was pretty mad.
It was very mad, but very, very busy on screen.
Lots going on. That's a big poster in there.
Yeah, big ass poster in that one.
Yeah, nice.
But it's very, very similar to Hollow Fragment. In my opinion, it's what Hollow Fragment should have been with a lot more spit and polish and development time.
Pretty sweet. I mean, I got this on the Vita. I'm keen to suss it out.
Speaking of Vita, it supports cross features. You can actually transfer your save data from the PS4 version to the Vita version back and forth.
Let's try that out.
We should.
All right, last one.
Let's get this one out of the way. And last one, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. I think you'd like this one more.
Yeah, this looks mad.
It features more as that third-person cover shooter style. It's a create your own character as well, so you get to create your own avatar, run around in this world, interact with the characters, and it feels way faster paced. It's kind of a combination hack and slash as well. Fun times in it, had an aim assist. I didn't get particularly far in the game, so I have really nothing to talk about story-wise, but oh boy, it actually got some expansions as well.
It did, yeah.
So, plenty to check out, and you're more than welcome to borrow them from the library and play them.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'll suss them out. I reckon that looks pretty mad. I mean, this is kind of giving me Gears of War vibes, sort of.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's pretty much it from me from off the shelf this week. Hopefully you've got a bit of a haul next week.
Next week. I mean, I had nothing to really show off. Sorry, guys. Trying to not spend money at the moment, but...
Call yourself a collector!
Oh, look, I'm literally got $30 to my name. So, but yeah, hopefully I'll have something for next week's episode. The long-awaited and highly anticipated remake to the Super Famicom classic, only released in Japan, Seiken Densetsu 3, now known as Trials of Mana, is finally here. You play as one of 6 characters, and you get to go on a big, massive journey.
That's right, and among these 6 characters, you can choose 2 companions, so everyone's technically a protagonist in this one.
That's what I love about some of these Japanese RPGs. Like, everyone gets a fair go. And from what I know about the game, I think you meet up with the others later on. But we chose 3 characters here. We had
Durian. We had Reese. And we had Charlotte.
We'll talk about that later. But the game is just your classic JRPG. You have customization out the wazoo for how your characters want to attack, and this is probably one of my favorite things about the game. I love being able to customize what my characters were doing in battle, if they were fighting other enemies nearby, if they were fighting the main enemy next to me, if they were just looking for items, or they were scavenging, or they were just healing, or doing DPS. You could choose anything. It was awesome. I loved it.
You could even individually tell them, do not use healing items, or if you're going to use healing items, make sure you leave at least 5, etc. Like, so you could even completely item manage them. It was fantastic. You can tell them only use magic points if you have X amount available. It was just, the customization and strategy was just second to none.
I've honestly never seen anything like it.
It was simple as well. It didn't hide it behind all of these different terms or all these different menus. It was just right there for each individual character. It was fantastic.
Now, the story is pretty, cliche for a JRPG. It's set in, medieval, fantasy times, and, basically your parents are what appear to be dead, and
everyone's parents appear to be dead in this game.
Like, it's like the ultimate origin story. Your parents are dead.
All right.
You're now a hero. Your parents are dead.
It's pretty cliche, and the way some of these characters interact are pretty cliche as well. And when it comes to cliche and cringe, let's talk about the English dub.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's bad. I do recommend.
Yeah.
Look, if you cannot handle Japanese, play English. Just, I'm warning you, it's pretty cringe at times.
Yep.
But the Japanese one offers you. Your characters actually have some internal monologue. They actually talk to themselves and give you hints on what you should be doing. So, funny, it actually helps you play the game a little bit better.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit of a bonus there, actually, which is really cool. But I think, for a game like this, it's just a joy. Just to jump in and get lost. And it's a big, vast open world as well. And the action-style combat as well doesn't leave you getting bored.
Very, very quick battles as well. You don't feel like you're entering in a slog when you're running around the world and a mob of rabbits are running at you, or other zombies or goblins. You're just like, right, this fight's gonna be over in less than a minute. So bang, 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 do my job, use skills, and then it's over. Boss battles, on the other hand, offer a bit of a challenge.
They do,
but they're not terrible.
They're not terribly hard. I mean, we only fought the first boss in the game. But from how far we got to, I felt like I wasn't, it wasn't too easy, but at the same time, it wasn't too difficult.
We were playing on beginner just to give us a chance to advance in the story a bit, but after going over the difficulties as well as seeing other people's plays, it was actually shown that the bosses they weren't difficult. They offered a good enough challenge, which I can respect for this game, because it's also a very accessible JRPG.
Extremely accessible, actually.
It's nothing like Persona, which can absolutely be daunting to a new player. It's pretty much just this is pretty much a fantasy RPG. I can get on board.
If you're a fan of Final Fantasy or a fan of Dragon Quest, you'll fall in love with this game. It's very similar to both series. And one of my favorite things about this game, I know it's a very small thing. It's very small, but pausable cutscenes. Thank you. Just let me pause the cutscene, go hang a dump or a whiz. Let me just, oh god. It's one of my biggest gripes about Persona. I can't pause the bloody cutscenes. But look, I mean, this game, it just gives you options. I have options to do things.
It even offers you a day-night cycle as well. So the day-night cycle, there are specific days where certain powers get a buff. So there's the day of the salamander where fire skills get a buff, and day of the Undine where water skills get a buff. And certain enemies only appear at night or in the day. So if you need to go kill 5 zombies, you best get hunting at night, because that's the only time they come out, or go to a cave where it's dark. And it also affects some of your quest lines. So,
it does, actually.
For example, you've got to sneak past beastmen at a certain part of this. Now, they're on guard during the day and they're pretty attentive, but when they're at night and they transform into beastmen, they go off and just have a fight with each other. They just abandon their posts. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll just go have a nap.
And you can even get items that let you change the day and night cycles just like that, which I thought was really cool, because then you don't have to go to a hotel and sleep and then wait for the night and then come out and all that.
Hard-earned money.
Yeah.
And the cool little magic pots as well, where you can put in item seeds. And the more you use those, they level up, and the more they level up, you get cool items.
That's right. And speaking of items, the item wheel I loved as well. The item wheel was so cool because you can access this, I think, by using L1 or R1.
Yep, so you use the item wheel and you can map the different items in that wheel to a shortcut.
Yeah.
That you then activate L1 or R1.
Yes, and it just gives you quick access to those items you're always using frequently. And then when you press L1 or R1, you can map them to the face buttons. So triangle, square, circle, X. We played the PS4 version.
Yeah.
And you just have quick access to those items you're always using frequently. So if you're in the thick of battle, you can quickly use those items without having to go through like 2 different menus to get to them.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Great. R1 was pretty much dedicated for items. L1 was dedicated for your skills. Now, the cool thing I loved about the shortcut mapping is when you map the item, there's no chance of you accidentally using it, because if you don't need the item, it grays it out for you.
That is awesome.
The amount of times I've used a really rare critical item just by accidentally bumping the button has been, if I had $1 for every time, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, look, I mean, I've had my fair share of doing that too. But just again, it comes down to this game giving you options. It just gives you this whole world. Here are your tools, you figure out the rest. And that's what I love, just having all these different options to play the game how I want to play it. It just lets you take your own style and goes to town on it.
And let's not forget the class system. We didn't get a chance to actually get up to this particular part, but after going over, the class system just makes all of your characters even more versatile. So you're not just locked into this warrior, this type of mage, this kind of DPS. You can change it up completely.
Now, I do want to point out one little thing which kind of or really did annoy me, was the voice acting, or more less acting, the dialogue of the character Charlotte. It's too much uwu. Like, it's so babyfied, and she's apparently 15 years old in the game, but looks super young because of her elven blood. But I mean, like, cut the uwu crap and just talk normally, for the love of God, please. Like, I wanted to bang my head into the wall within 5 seconds of hearing it. Like, I couldn't deal.
The only way I could deal with it was actually switching it to Japanese, because then thankfully I didn't understand what the hell she was saying.
Yeah, and look, the Japanese voice acting was okay, but in that instance.
Yeah.
But still, reading the dialogue was like, come on.
And she whinges. And she's the dedicated healer.
I know.
Like, do I really need you?
It makes you question if you really need a healer.
I know there's the whole don't screw with the white mage. I don't know. Do I really need this white mage? These two can kind of heal. I'll make use with potions.
Anyway, final thoughts?
It's a really accessible JRPG. I love getting lost in this world. I actually enjoy it. And I don't usually enjoy, I want to use the term, wholesome games like this. I usually go a bit more rougher and edgier.
Yeah.
But honestly, I couldn't put it down. I was having fun. I was having a ball. And it even felt like a game that I could just, if I could play it for a bit, put it down, come back a couple of days later, it's pretty easy to get back into as well. It's an easy 8 out of 10 for me.
Look, I mean, as a big fan of Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, I felt right at home with this game. Aside from, the annoying, I guess, voices. And another gripe I had was, I felt like it time skipped a lot of the story quite too quickly, and I got lost a bit quicker, and I had to figure out what was going on. But it's only a small gripe. But look, I mean, gameplay-wise, I just love the customization and being able to play how I want to play and not have to follow strict rules, which I just love. And you don't see it in games enough these days, especially RPGs. It's an 8 out of 10 from me. I'm having a blast with it, and when I get some more time, I'm definitely going to pick it up again.
And that's it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining us. Next week, we dive into the world of Steampunk Tokyo with Sakura Wars.
And we check out the latest rendition of an RTS-style game, but this time, it's got the Gears of War spin on it. So, let's see how that goes in Gears Tactics.
Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the giveaway announcement. Who's the winner, Mick?
Massive congratulations to this particular fellow who I know has been dying to get his hands on Persona 5 Royal. Couldn't get it because lockdown prohibited him from being able to pick it up. Congratulations to Drifter. Mate, you won. I know you're itching to win it. You're posting in the chat. I saw you, mate. Dude, congratulations on winning a copy of Persona 5 Royal. I'll be in your DM shortly. Get you that code over for you. So, mate, enjoy the game. I hope it's a blast, just like your missus had with Persona 5.
And let us know in the comments below what you thought of Predator Hunting Grounds or Trials of Mana. Was there any games in Off the Shelf that you yourself liked and disliked? Let me know. Maybe you've got a Radiant Red PSP. And if you want to see an unsealing of the Metal Gear Solid Collector's, well, not Collector's, sorry, 20th Anniversary Edition, as well as do you want to know how to clean your cases? So remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to let you know when our new episodes drop. Until then, we will see you next time.
See you next time.